Does anyone know how to use condoms? We'd show you, but here in Texas, it is illegal to show condoms in the classroom. Jokes aside, does anyone actually know how to use any contraceptive measures, such as a condom? If you've lived your whole life in Texas, chances are the topic has been avoided because it is not required in the Texas curriculum. Texas schools don't support any type of contraception besides abstinence. According to Cassandra Pollock, up to 60% of school districts in Texas support abstinence-only sex ed, and 25% don't teach it at all. 25% of schools don't teach it. This approach has been as useful as an outdoor swimming pool in the middle of winter. Due to this factor, 34.6 out of every 1,000 teens get pregnant each year in Texas, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. This is because Texas's sex ed policies are depriving teens of crucial knowledge, resulting in teens being unprepared and uneducated for the future. We believe that by informing students about safe sex and contraceptives, we will be able to reduce the rates of teen pregnancy in Texas. This will ensure their safety and protection, as well as enabling them to feel confident and prepared for their futures. People regard sex ed as something that is inappropriate due to its implications. Therefore, it is often very taboo, but it shouldn't be. Sexuality is part of becoming an adult, and by depriving students of valuable, applicable information, we are setting them up for failure in their futures. According to reporter Cassandra Pollock, Texas's abstinence-only method of approach is providing misinformation to students, teaching gender stereotypes, and excluding LGBT groups. Sex ed would help push for acceptance amongst LGBT groups by enforcing the notion that A, these are people just like everyone else, and B, that they are susceptible to the same STDs as others and they deserve to be educated just like the rest of us. All of this is endangering the future of our students due to misguidance, as well as leaving many to be subject to gender stereotypes because of the drought of information. What do you suppose happens when a teen has an unplanned pregnancy? Typically, they are ill-suited and unprepared to take care of a child, resulting in many Texans having to assist these young parents. The Texas Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy states that taxpayers pay over $1.1 billion due to increased public healthcare, child welfare, and criminal justice costs, requiring many Texans to pay for the repercussions of promoting abstinence-only sex ed. One possible solution would be Abstinence Plus. Abstinence Plus encourages abstinence, but also discusses accurate information about pregnancy prevention and how to reduce the risk of STDs. Lauren Silverman, reporter for NRP.org, proclaims that rates of teen pregnancy are on a decline nationwide, yet in Texas the rate of decline is slower. Educating students will not only alleviate taxpayers' burdens, but also be beneficial for students. High school can be a very stressful environment for many students, and by throwing a baby in the mix, you're crafting a recipe for disaster. According to the Texas Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy, teen moms are 60% more likely to drop out of high school, reducing their job opportunities and likelihood to succeed in life. Students deserve to have access to sex ed. Sex ed is an effective way to prevent unwanted pregnancies, STDs, and reduce gender stereotypes. Sex ed also prevents teens from becoming parents and dropping out of high school. All of these things help reduce taxpayers' money and benefit everyone. It is up to us to secure our education. We must take a stance against Texas's sex ed policies and make them recognize that we will not idly sit by watching. So let us all of us, speak up for the sake of ourselves, our peers, and our futures. Speak up and secure what we deserve.